12. He terrorizes the entire city of Chicago, especially when he has 6 months to sit back there and find Devontae. Got him! Devontae, got him. Touchdown. That was the opening drive of the game. Did it feel over? No, because the Bears had a good drive immediately afterwards, but they only got a field goal out of it after a drop by Kmet and a drop by Robinson. But we're going to move ahead now. 6-3. Let's go to Mercedes, Long Beach Poly, the Jackrabbits. They call him Big Dog. Look at that. It looks like the crowd at Arsenio. Woo, woo, woo. Matt LaFleur loves it. I wonder if Matt LaFleur knows the Arsenio Hall show. He's about the right age. He's a little young for it.
Yeah, he knows.
Tunyon, don't know if he does, but he knows stiff arms, and he throws down Danny Trevathan. We might see it tomorrow, Bobby Tunyon. See you later. Packers, looking, waiting. Lazard is back. The Commandant, we used to call him. Jumps up in it. What'd you say here?
Good to see him back.
Good to see him. Really good to see him back. It's also good to see Mitch back. Yeah. We were rooting for this. That should be an awesome thing. Imagine you come off the bench as Nick Foles sits there in street clothes, and you beat Rodgers, and you beat the Packers. Spoiler alert, narrator. It didn't happen. 20-3. This is Preston Smith. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Packers. At this point, it was an unbelievable route. There was a missed penalty there, but it didn't really make any difference. They would have lost the game anyway. Preston Smith gets the touchdown, so Darius Smith gets the strip. And a little heart-to-heart between old Nagster and Trubisky. 27-10. Did I say Bobby Tunyon? Not Tunyon. Tunyon. It was the same thing as when Robbie Gould took a few years to wait and tell, hey, everybody, it's Robbie Gould. And he's like, I feel like I had to earn it. Robert Tunyon eventually said, it's Tunyon.
Tunyon, an Illinois guy.
Yeah.
And he also was talking a lot of smack to Danny Trevathan, like right in his face. Like yes. A little edge to him, too.
It's true. Trevathan, unbelievable, likable guy, but I guess he just had it out for him. He was his huckleberry, if you will. 41-25. Not even that close. The Packers do 8-3. Let's hear from the head coach. Maybe the winningest head coach over the first couple of years ever, Matt LaFleur, on his quarterback number one, Aaron Rodgers.
This is as good as I've ever seen anybody play. Just his ability to go out there and get us in the right looks and shoot. Even, you know, when I make a bad call, he definitely makes us look good. So that's a credit to him. He is playing, in my eyes, is that he's an MVP player, no doubt about it. And I wouldn't want any other quarterback on our football team.
LaFleur, that's really high praise. Brady looking good before the game.
Did you do this on purpose?
He looks so...
It looks like a catalog shoe. Is he going yachting? There's a planted photographer like on the beach.
Did you do this on purpose?
It might be. It might be. Horizontal stripes, too.
Mahomes eats ketchup with his turkey.
Did you know that Patrick likes ketchup?
You know that?
It's a fun topic.
Tyreek Hill likes touchdowns.
Do you know the Bucs defense is trying to catch up with Tyreek?
Nice. Well done. This was an offensive explosion to start the game. Chiefs' longest play from scrimmage this season. Tyreek Hill put the deuces. He would have over 200 yards receiving in the first quarter.
Who's covering that guy, Peter? Nate Robinson?
Yeah, Nate Robinson.
Oh, Lord!
Nate Robinson had a weekend.
Snoop. Oh, Snoop.
Oh, backflip.
Lord. Snoop was tripping.
Snoop should do Monday night.
Tyreek, huge day. 203 in the first quarter, as we just mentioned. Third quarter, let's see if there's more Tyreek, because of course there is. Boom, Mahomes. Kay mentioned this earlier in the show. Tyreek Hill leads the league in receiving yards. Travis Kelce's number 2 in receiving.
That's wild.
That's madness.
They both played for the Chiefs. It's the first time. It's never happened since 1970 when the Chargers had it. Here's Tyrann Mathieu. This one seems to put the game away if you were just watching on your couch at 4 o'clock. And suddenly the Bucs start chipping away. And the Bucs have a shot in this one. They're down 10. Brady, it's not too late. He hits Mike Evans, who was hobbled during this one. Suddenly we've got a 3-point game. So all you gotta do is stop Mahomes and get the ball back to Brady. At least give him a shot, right? 3rd and 7. A defensive stop ends this. Mahomes hits, well, you know who? Tyreek Hill puts the game away. Brady does not get that shot to win. And the Buccaneers lose yet again. Mahomes does get the victory, but the Bucs, they fall to 7-5. Let's hear first from Tom Brady and then from his head coach. Listen closely to what Bruce Arians has to say after this loss.
Football is so much about that being in rhythm and staying in rhythm and finding your rhythm. And I think as we keep going forward, you know, we're learning more and more about ourselves, about what we need to do. And going to get back to work and try to do a lot better job the last quarter of the season.
Yeah, I've seen us get better throughout the season. And, yeah, we just got to win the next one and stay in this playoff hunt. And everybody tried to hand us the Lombardi Trophy in August. You just don't throw guys out there with names. You got to practice. You got to learn to get in sync with each other. That takes time.
A little bit alarming to hear that they're not quite meshing yet in Week 12. I will say this, Schrags, they fought hard in the second half. That was an improvement, but they came out flat like they did a couple weeks ago against the Saints.
Yeah, what'd you hear Arians say there? Everyone tried to hand us a Lombardi Trophy in August. Who's he talking about? Mm-hmm. Could we get
that
the
NFC
sequence from Wayne's World?
Sure.
That
the NFC champions appearing in the Super Bowl in Tampa will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm in. Strap those bottle rockets to my rollerblades and let me ride.
So for the NFC, I got the Bucs. This is Tom Brady, man. Like, you think Tom Brady would have left New England to not have a chance to hoist that Lombardi once again?
Guess who I have representing the National Football Conference in the Super Bowl? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are also going to be representing the NFC.
Yeah, that's good.
Looking tan, looking happy, and looking positive on the Buccaneers. The three of the four of us all chose the Buccaneers to represent the team in the Super Bowl. Bruce Arians is basically saying...
Talking to us?
Yeah, he's talking to, like, everyone did this. We didn't do this. Like, we didn't hand ourselves... We didn't say we were going to the Super Bowl. We didn't do this. You guys did in the media. I don't know, 7-5. Brady, that score was a 3-point game, but it didn't feel that close. If I had to do a redo, I'm not sure I would change my pick because I just am too stubborn to do that. But I certainly wouldn't think right now that that team that I've been watching the last 3 months is doing anything in Tampa in February.
No doubt about it. If I could do a redo, I probably would change my pick. I probably would choose the Saints.
This sounds like a second.
Oh, yes, Nate.
But as I say, I would change to the Saints. I know Saints fans are sitting back right now. We don't want you, Nate. It's too late. You always hate on us, which I don't. I just feel like you guys blow it in the playoffs. Am I wrong?
Why do you think they'll win now?
That's why I said I wouldn't change it. I'm going to keep my pick.
Stick with the Bucs.
I'm stick with the Bucs, just because I'm stubborn as well. But when it comes to this team, you listen to what Bruce Arians is saying. He's saying, we have to practice and we have to learn each other. And I said last week, you still got time.
Yeah.
It's November. You got all of December. You still got time to figure it out. This is where you start to become who you will be in the playoffs. And there's a fear that there's not enough practice time left. There's a fear that what if one guy is on the COVID list and you got to shut it down and you're doing everything virtually? What if all of this precious time that you may need, all this classroom time, on the field time, what if you just don't have enough time, Bruce? And that's what I'm concerned about. Last night, there was a big dog on the porch. He was barking. It was a team led by Andy Reid, and the little dog got ran off the porch. And that was the Buccaneers. And I'm not sure that this team can stomp with the big dogs.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing I took away from this game. As good as I thought the Bucs were going to be, the Chiefs are that much. Are they the perfect team? No. Do I feel like they're going to run away and smack everybody up like that? No. But as far as these two squads, who were my Super Bowl picks, they're so different that I don't even see the Bucs competing with these guys a month from now.
But you don't change your NFC pick, because if you did that now, you would just change to whoever is the best team right now.
Right.
It's not about right now. And I'm kind of echoing what you're saying. They go into the bye now, all right? And when we come back, we'll see what's doing. Because that fourth quarter did tell me a lot. They were getting destroyed in this game. Not only destroyed, like they were getting nationally embarrassed. It was a humiliating game with what Tyreek was doing. And they fought, and they got Evans going, and they almost stole the game. I didn't know they had that in them. That tells me a lot. So go away, and let's see what you come back with. Let's see, because this entire season for the Bucs is about trust that they will get it together. Trust in the coaching staff. Trust in Brady. If they don't, they're gonna be one and done in the playoffs. They're gonna be wild card done.
What?
I'm not selling though. I'm not selling. Despite they've lost 3 out of 4 games, they look discombobulated. I just still think too much talent and still enough time to win a couple playoff games, 1 or 2 playoffs. I'm not selling. It'd be very easy this morning to be like, enough with them. I'm sick of them. They suck. They lose. I'm not selling. I still think they can get this thing together.
The Raiders almost beat the Chiefs, and you were like, no moral victory, but something happened in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's the talent. I appreciate that.
I want something promising. I know they have the talent.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had the onions and the spine.
Okay.
And they showed both.
I like that. Now they have that bye. Let me read you guys their schedule the rest of the way. Vikings, Falcons, Lions, Falcons to end the regular season. My problem is this was their one last shot at an elite team in the NFL. They don't really have that the rest of the way, so I'm scared until the playoffs we won't learn anything about them. I'm not sure that I learned anything about them yesterday.
Yeah, maybe the best thing is they don't have to face an elite team because they get smacked up every time they play one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wild card round.
They've lost 3 of the last 4. Quick little other thing I'm sort of percolating on. Patriots have won 3 of the last 4. Bucks have lost 3 of the last 4. The whole point of this season was to find out who's better, right? Belichick or Brady? Maybe it was the actual perfect symbiotic relationship, and they needed each other to get it done. So just watch how that plays out the rest of the way. More importantly, though, what happened at the end? Handshake? No, dap up?
Okay. So we've had a thing here where Brady seems to be picking and choosing who he shakes hands with after losses. So there was all this anticipation after stiffing Jared Goff last week. Is he going to go out and shake Mahomes' hand? Is he going to do it? Is he just going to leave the locker room? He did.
Okay.
He went right out to him. There's a jog. Let's break this down.
Jogged out to him.
It's a handshake. It's brief. There's no long. That's fine. So people are saying, oh, well, now is it all? I think actually it's more interesting now with Brady because if he just said, I'm not shaking after games, I'm not doing it, either because of COVID, which I would totally understand, or even if he had some elitist, like, I'll shake a guy's hand if he's up to my level.
He's won a bowl. He's won a ring.
I'm kind of into that. I respect it. The fascinating thing is the picking and choosing. So, yes to Drew Brees and Patrick Mahomes after a loss. No to Nick Foles and Jared Goff after a loss. So, I don't understand the rhyme or reason. And what's interesting is the next team he plays is Minnesota. Does he shake Kirk Cousins' hand? Is Kirk Cousins up to his standards, a big enough relationship? Again, I would only ask, I would do it myself, but I don't have the means. Can someone ask him this question? Not because I want him excommunicated by the sportsmanship gods. I don't care about that. I just really want to know what makes him tick.
Curious.
The question is, why would you shake Patrick Mahomes' hand after a loss, but not Jared Goff's or Nick Foles? Tom, tell us about it. We'd love to hear. It's a simple question. I would love it to be asked.
I'm sure Twitter has tons of ideas here. Do you find that there's people defending Tom Brady? I'm sure the whole world, as usual, is against him. Is there anybody that's like, leave him alone? Because you're coming in hard for it.
It's more like, what is the theory? We're trying to figure this out. If Tom Brady, because he was asked a few weeks ago, and he said something about if I have a personal relationship with a guy, which didn't really hold any water. If he had said, I'm trying to social distance, absolutely, it's done. It's done. He didn't.
Yeah, that's out the window.
It's not about that.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, is it people that you think are really famous and good? But like Nick Foles has a statue, he's a Super Bowl MVP, Jared Goff's won the NFC. Those guys are very worthy of, it's not like
Justin Herbert.
Ben DiNucci, all due respect to him, or he went up to Justin Herbert too. So if you have a theory, please send it to us. And if you have means to Tom Brady, please ask him and we'll put this thing to bed. That's
Did you hop in those DMs yet to Tom Brady?
No, but he gets added a lot.
You should.
You think I should send him up?
You should slip in his DMs and ask him. Be like, I want to get the real story here so I can be on the right side.
I'll do it during the commercial break.
I don't know. Maybe we can ask Jim Gray, friend of the show. Ian Rappaport.
Jim Gray was doing Nate Robinson's fight.
He was.
He was there, Carmen Vitale down with the Buccaneers. Ask Tom Brady that for us, would you? Let's talk Jaguars here. They shook up their front office after yesterday's loss. Let's keep it in Florida and talk about the latest in Jacksonville now.
You talk about the rarity of an NFL season. We had a general manager fired midseason, not once, but actually twice this weekend. First, Bob Quinn, we knew that, the Lions general manager on Saturday. And then after the Jaguars lost, another loss in what has been a pretty brutal season, Dave Caldwell, the longtime general manager for the Jacksonville Jaguars, was dismissed as GM. Trent Baalke now comes in as the interim GM to kind of hold the place. Meanwhile, Doug Marrone and his entire coaching staff are all expected to be in place through the end of the season, so no more firings on the coaching staff. And, as far as the Jaguars go, we got a couple of statements last night on why this happened. First of all, Shad Khan said he thanked Dave Caldwell, who recently had a very lovely dinner with, it sounds like, thanked Dave Caldwell for his efforts and said he was sorry that he did not give the fans what they deserved. Caldwell himself said, I'm sorry I could not deliver. Look, Dave Caldwell's general manager tenure has been up and down. Took the team to the AFC title game, amassed a huge bag of draft picks for next year. 2 1s, 2 2s. Whoever inherits this job is going to have plenty of firepower. But Blake Bortles, but all the draft picks that ended up exiting, like Jalen Ramsey and many others, and not enough wins. Just one playoff appearance from 2013, all left Dave Caldwell out of the job yesterday.
Yannick Ngakoue, part of that, I'm sure, as well. Thank you so much, Ian, for the update there. It's that time of year when fan bases, ownership getting a little bit nervous about their future and wanting to make some changes. We'll be on top of all of that right here on NFL Network. Up next, more highlights. Let's talk Derrick Henry. He is the absolute king.